I'm amazed at how many people have more than one job. Is it normal in the USA? I am from Spain and it is rare to see someone who has more than one job. Is this normal in the United States? I understand that the cost of living in different areas has a lot to do with it. But it still amazes me that people have to look for other jobs to cover all their expenses. You work 3 jobs? Uniquely American, isn't it? I mean, that is fantastic that you're doing that. President George W. Bush. To a divorced mother of 3. Omaha, Nebraska. February 4, 2005. As a Belgian, I'm far more surprised to see how many Americans defend this system. Even the folks who have to work 2 or more jobs find some weird pride in it. The brainwashing has been very effective. Yes, unfortunately, it is normal. We in the US have become accustomed to eating and having a roof over our heads. To this effect, no one in the government for the US truly gives a SHT if the people that elected them die of exposure to the elements or starvation. As long as our representatives continue receiving their paychecks and health insurance for life, they're happy and content with our amazing system here in the US. Why change it if it works for them? IDK when it became okay to work 80+ hours a week to support a family of 4+. My mom was actually just talking to me about this yesterday. I was appalled by her answer. She says, all these people struggling to pay their bills are just being lazy. Honestly, back in my day, if one job wasn't enough, they would get 2 or 3 to make the bills. People don't do that anymore. And that's why they're struggling so much. I just looked at her and was like, damn. I would hate you if you weren't my mom. It is normal. I tried to find any official numbers and found this. https www.census.gov/library/stories/2021/02/new way to measure how many Americans work more than one job.html. This has it worst for people in healthcare and social assistance at over 16%. But overall about 9% for women and 6% for men. Very much a normal thing here. If people complain about the cost of rent, homes, gas, food, just barely getting by, or the minimum wage, there is always someone, typically boomer, saying we'll get another job then. It's your fault you're poor. Even if someone has 2 jobs, then they say get 3. They don't expect us to do anything but work ourselves to death here and have no time to enjoy life. You get to enjoy life once you retire, which the millennials and younger won't ever be able to do. Oh, and also if your works calls you in on your day off, you better go in, otherwise you'll have retaliation typically. Face with rolling eyes. Woo. Greatest country ever, s. I'd love to have a second job. Maybe doing something in the evenings at home. But I work a 85 regular job and nobody wants to work around someone else's schedule. Fucking sucks. I've been looking for months and it seems the only places that are actually hiring are fast food and retail. I can't stay standing that long, so nope. Are overemployed would like a word. I work a second job, but it's mainly for the perks and it gets me into a hobby shop. Lol. I few hours to get to chill in a game store. It's required to survive for many Americans. Yeah, to give you an idea, my first apartment cost about $2,000 a month, utilities included. My first job paid $9.25 an hour and I work 38 hours a week. Just 2 hours away from being full-time, so they don't have to provide any benefits. That job gave me about $1,400 a month, so I also cleaned vacation cottages and Airbnbs. Try and make that extra $600 to cover rent and buy food. I made too much to qualify for EBT somehow. A lot of people have no choice. America does not take care of its citizens unless they're wealthy. With everything being considered, it's still somewhat recent that multiple jobs were needed to support oneself or a family. This started in the 1980s and eventually became an acceptable part of American life. However, it's not mentioned to people from other countries because it might negatively impact the interpretation of the U.S. abroad. Don't say it too loudly. So many Americans foam at the mouth defending a system that forces much of the population to work multiple jobs and past retirement age. It's not uncommon for people to work 2 or 3 jobs here. It's not really a cost of living thing. It's more of a full-time employment is almost impossible to find thing. Walmart is our largest jobs provider and not even the managers are all full-time. It's pretty common. I have a full-time job but also a part-time job laying pipe. I work 2 full-time jobs for 30 months in order to afford a divorce. Yeah, it's normal because we can't afford just one, even with a degree in most places. Work, sleep, that's the American effin' dream.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.